What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a nice little 4-game NBA playoff slate. We're going to talk about every single game individually. We're going to talk about player props for every single game, so make sure you guys stick around to the end. All right, before we do anything, let's do a quick recap of yesterday. So yesterday was a 2-3 day on the free picks. Both of our sportsbook plays cashed, but none of the player props, man. We had Curry go under, we had Davion Mitchell go under, and Wiggins go under. So obviously, Mitchell and Wiggins got killed due to the Heat blowout or getting blown out, whatever you want to call it. Did not expect them to be down 40 in the first half. Now, I will say, in yesterday's video, I did make the comment. I told you guys that I could see Miami rolling over in this game. There's no way that they win 4 in a row versus the Cavs, and especially this being their final game at home. I was like, so maybe they roll over. Hopefully not, but let's see what happens. And they rolled over, man. 23 points in the first half is absolutely diabolical, and regardless, it was just a really ugly game from the Heat. But overall, guys, today's slate looks really, really good in my opinion for player props. So yeah, I played it light yesterday. We'll look at some of the wins. So I played this directly from the free picks. I told you guys I was going to take the game total for the Cavs and the Heat. Now, in the video, I said 207.5. I bought it down. I know it's minus 230 odds, but I played 2 minus 200 odds to get plus money. This was a plus money play. I bet $100 on it to win 187 profit. So 1 unit play pretty much. But I played them with the Warriors. I bought the Warriors to plus 3.5 just in case the Warriors sold by a point or something. I did not want to get hooked on a play like this to lose this slip. So I played it safe. And you guys can, I've had some people comment about minus 180 plays and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can play minus 230 plays and it's not going to pay out well. But if you can parlay 2 together and get a plus money play, why not? Why not play it a little bit safer? So that's what I did on the slip. It cashed out. I profited $100 on there, and it worked for me. Looking at the next slip, we had Jimmy Butler and Van Vliet. They cashed us out, $75 to win $225. And then we had Butler and Sengun. So this was an on-sale pick over on Sleeper. It cashed us out as well. So overall, yesterday wasn't the greatest day. I had some parlay play slips. I had 2 slips that ended up missing. But for the most part, we played the slate light. We did not play much. And it didn't go as bad as it could have been with that Miami game just being horrible. But regardless, guys, I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to get a free month of our VIP. So if this video gets 250 likes, I'll pick another random comment down below to win a free month. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Drop a comment down below. You do have to be subscribed to win, so make sure you hit the sub button. Let's pick our winner from yesterday. Winner is 4 Thrift City Flips, who said, let's get the sweep. Well, we didn't quite get that sweep, Thrift City, but send me a message on Discord, man. You got a free month of VIP. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, make sure you guys click that link down in the description. You can join our Discord for free, but if you do want to get all of our plays and join the VIP section of our Discord, click that WAP link. You can buy a weekly or monthly membership. It's less than $1 a day if you go monthly. Highly recommend you guys be a part of it. We'd love to have you part of the community. You can get a free month of our VIP if you sign up for any partnered app. Chalkboard, Sleeper, Underdog, Better, NOVIG, Parlay Play, and Dabble. Any of those 7 apps get you a free month of VIP. As long as you use our code, make the minimum deposit, you get a free month for every single app. So you can get up to 7 full months for free just by signing up to apps, guys. And you get deposit matches for every single one of them. So no brainer. Go sign up if you haven't, and let's jump into these plays for today. So we got the first game on the slate. We got the Bucks and the Pacers. The Pacers are leading this series right now 3-1. So this game makes me sad, man, because Dame just tore his Achilles. Dame has had an extremely, extremely rough season. He has had horrible luck lately, and prayers for him and his family. But man, the Pacers versus the Bucks. Looking at this slate, I'm hoping this game doesn't end up like Miami last night, because it really could. I could see that. I mean, I don't think the Bucks are just going to roll over like the Heat did, but down 3-1. They have to win 3 games in a row to win this series. That's going to be insanely tough when you're already down 3-1, especially since this game's going to be at home for the Pacers. So the Bucks are going to struggle tonight. There's not really many plays I like on this. I'm going to pick the winner. I think the Pacers end the series tonight, especially with no Dame. But looking at this, You could take on Bucks for plus money if you want. I'm not going to risk it. I don't like the spread. I mean, if anything, I'd take the Pacers to cover the spread on this one. And then I don't like the over-under on this. So I'm personally probably not going to bet on this game. If I bet, it would be because I parlayed this money line with something else just to get a plus money play. So I'm picking Pacers to win. Majority of the money and the bets are on Pacers, including the spread. Majority of the money and the bets are on the over or on the total, which you can play that if you wanted to. But I'm personally going to fade any type of even bet on this one. So Pacers is who I predict to win. But I mean, obviously, when the Bucks are struggling like they have, it's hard not to take the Pacers in this game. But jumping into game 2. Pistons versus the Knicks. Another series where the Knicks are winning right now 3-1. So, same thing I said for the Bucks. I hope the Pistons do not roll over. They're playing in New York tonight. It's going to be another home game for the Knicks. Tough game for the Pistons. Pistons lose this game. They're done for the season. I think the Knicks win this game. Minus 210. That's my pick for the game. I think the Knicks are going to come out here, finish the series again. I know this is another minus 200 play, and I'm not saying go bet on these, but you guys just saw me play a minus 230 and a minus 250 play for plus money. So if you took these two plays and put them together, you would be really, really close to even odds, and you could do that if you wanted to. I'm not saying you should, but that option is there, and I may end up doing that. But I like the Knicks to win this game. I think they end the series. The Pistons have struggled versus the Pistons had a good, really good season. Based off how the Pistons were last year, seeing them play so well this season is honestly, I don't dislike the Pistons. So I mean, I like that they had a good season. I don't think the Knicks are coming anywhere close to winning the championship or anything like that. But Knicks have played well this series so far, and I expect them to take it home tonight. So got the Knicks money line. I don't expect them to cover the spread. I think this game could be very close. They won their last game by 1 point. The over/under. So I just figured something else out using OUTLIER. So if you guys want to try OUTLIER.bet, this is the website I'm using right now. You can get a free trial down with my link in the description. But there's something really cool. I just figured this out. Match details. If you're ever looking at one of these, spread, over/under, whatever, I'm just going to click over/under, for example. I can click this chart and go to head-to-head. And as you guys have seen in the last video, I've been adding these up in my head. I did not know that they actually kept track of the over/under like this. So I thought that was really cool. Just wanted to show you guys that. Yeah, thought it was awesome. Public betting on this one. Majority of the money and the bets are on the Knicks. Majority of the money is on the Knicks to cover the spread, but more bets on Detroit for the spread. And then the over/under. Most of the money's on the over. So for this play, I would take the over before I took the under. I'd probably buy the over down to I'd probably buy the over down to 209 or 210.5 or something just to make it a little bit safer. But you can take it at 214 if you want. I'm personally probably going to take Knicks money line. I like that play tonight. And that's what I've got picked. That's my pick of the game for game 2. So jumping into game 3, we got the Magic and the Celtics. Another 3-1 series. None of these have been, there have been some competitive games, don't get me wrong. Detroit and Knicks have been a very competitive series, even though the Knicks are up 3-1. But this Magic-Celtics one, let's be honest, Celtics playing at home, that's probably going to be game for the Magic. I don't think the Magic are going to come out here and win this game. Celtics are minus 580 odds for a reason. I'm personally fading any bets on this. Minus 580 and not touching that is too juiced for me to take. I don't trust them enough to cover the spread. And the over/under at 197.5. These games have been so low scoring that I'm not going to touch it either. But we will look at the over/under on this because, if anything, I think that's probably the best play that you could take on it. But looking at head-to-head data, so over 205 last game, 188, 209, 189, 170. So during regular season, well, none of these are from this season except for one. So this one regular season game, they had over, under 214, 212, but it's over the 197.5. Okay, yeah, I'm struggling. Sorry. Like I said, I just found out about this probably 15 minutes ago. So for me to looking at this and deciphering it a little bit, still fresh, still new. We're learning together on this, but over 197.5. So they cover this line in all these games. So every game except for 3. So if you want to take the over of 197.5, I don't think it's a bad play. I really don't. They had 205 the last game. They barely went under the game before that, the 188. So I could see this game being a little bit more fast-paced than the last couple. If you look at all the games in Boston, so 209, 189, 215. So 2 of the last 3, they've been over that 197.5. So if I had to pick one for this, I'd probably just take the over 197.5 personally. Public betting, majority of people were on the over. Got Celtics to cover the spread and Celtics money line. So nobody's on the Magic tonight for probably good reason. But Anyways, that's my pick for game 3. And then looking at the final game, Clippers and Nuggets. This game's hard to call. It's 2-2 series right now. I could really see this series going anyway. So I'm a Nuggets fan. I like the Nuggets. I want the Nuggets to win. Realistically, I took the Clippers to cover in my bracket for the playoffs. So I'm kind of biased in that area too. Like, I want my bracket to do well, so I kind of want the Clippers to win, but I'm a Nuggets fan, so I can't root for the Clippers. So I want the Nuggets to come out here and finish the series and win the series, but it's close. So plus 120 odds for Denver, minus 120 for the Clippers. Denver's playing at home tonight. For this game, what I decided to take, I decided to just go with the over-under on this. So I took the over 204.5, bought it down. That's my line. It's going to be around minus 150, minus 160 odds. Well, I'm assuming it is. I actually haven't looked it up I use Bovada, but we'll check it on Bovada here in a minute. But over the 204.5, I like a lot. So I'm gonna pull this up here, show you guys why. Head-to-head data. We're gonna change this alt line. 204.5. It shows minus 155 odds here, by the way. This is where I got my minus 150-ish from. So I assume it's going to be around minus 150 on Bovada where I lock it in. But they've been over this number in 75% of games versus Denver. So we can look at this. There's only 3 games that they haven't been over. If you look at the games this season, this starts here. So if you look at all these games, you got what? 3, 6, 8 games, and two of the 8 games have been under, and it was a 200 and a 200. So this line has kind of went down. They started the series. The over/under was 224.5. Now it went down 7 points, and it went down another 3. Then it went down another 3, and now it's down to 20. You can get it at 204.5 right now. So even though they chalked it the last 2 games, this game has been projected to go over every single time. So it has been a semi-defensive series. The games in Denver have been over this number. So 1, 2, 3 games in a row in Denver has been over, and the 4 games in a row actually in Denver that's been over. So another game in Denver, I'm going to take the over on this one, 204.5. Like that play a lot, and I'll actually lock that one in for sure. I'll probably lock it in with either the Pacers or the Knicks money line. Probably get like a plus 180, probably close to plus 200 odds, probably not quite there. But that's what I'm going to be locking in. So those are my 4 plays for the game. For the next 4, we will be I guess 4 plays for the games, yeah. But for the next ones, we will be jumping over to player props. So hopefully we have a better day on these props today. But we're going to start with our first game. First game we got Bucks and Pacers. This prop, I'm hoping the game stays competitive for this prop, but I'm taking our man Tyrese Haliburton. So I have played Haliburton. I have played this same line every single game in this series, and he has smashed this line every single game in this series. Rebounds and assists, 14.5. So you can see, 6 straight. He's averaging close to 20 RA in about every single game. 18, 19, 17, 17, 23 the last game. So dude has killed it. Head-to-head versus the Bucks, he's been over 12 of 19 games, averaging 16 RA. If you go to games this season, they start here. So the first 3 he went under. The last 5 he's been over. So overall, Milwaukee gives up a ton of RA. 24th in the league in rebounds, 14th in assists. Go to point guard, it's 29th and 21st. So bottom 2 defense to rebounds, bottom 10 defense and assists allowed. So they give up a lot of stats. Haliburton has killed this, and I expect him to continue to smash the line as long as the game stays close. So you can get Haliburton. And I was looking at Brunson in case you guys are wondering. No, I didn't take Brunson. But 14.5 rebounds and assists, 1.55x if you guys do want to lock it in. And I'm surprised this line hasn't jumped, I'll be honest with you. But I do like that line a lot. Haliburton locked in. I'm going to pull this up on Predictive Profits. If you guys want to try out Predictive Profits, you can get a 50% off of your first month using our code ACES down below. But let's pull up Haliburton. Rebounds and assists. They haven't projected to go under 15.5. They have projected at 13.6. Yesterday, Predictive was right about one of the plays I took. I can't remember which one it was. I believe it was Davion Mitchell, which obviously the blowout killed that play. But maybe they predicted again today. I'm still going to go on the opposite side of this. I expect him to get at least 15, and I'm going to take the chances on that, especially with how much money he's made me in the last few days. I can't count Tyrese out. So Haliburton RA is pick number 1. Jumping to pick number 2, we'll be jumping over to the Pistons in the Knicks game. I told you guys I wasn't going with Brunson. You guys are going to hate me for this play because he absolutely sold the crap out of me the other night. I'm going to give Karl Anthony Towns one more chance. Now, I promise you guys, if Towns pulls some BS tonight, I will not take Towns in any more games in the playoffs. I don't care if they make it to the finals. I will not touch Karl Anthony Towns unless he just like starts dropping 50 PRA per game or something. But I'm going to take Towns PRA again today. So points, rebounds, and assists, 36.5. You can get 36.5 on parlay play. I'm going to take it there. He's cashed it 7 of his last 10 games, 5 of his last 6. He's cashed it almost every single game versus the Pistons. So he averages 36 PRA. He's cashed it 7 of his last 8. If you look at games this season, they start right here. So every game except for one he has cashed, and that was that one game we took. So this is the last time I took Towns. 16 PRA. So you can imagine why I was frustrated. Now, if you look at Towns' minutes, for some reason that game, he only played 33 minutes. And don't say, oh, he wasn't playing well, so they took him out. That's not what happened. He played 7 minutes the first quarter, 7 minutes the second quarter. He played 14 minutes the first half. So they had no intentions of giving Towns big minutes that game. He was not in foul trouble. So I don't know what was up with his minutes that game. It kind of had me concerned from Vegas making calls, and then he's crushed it, played 40 minutes a game in the last 2. So I'm going to give Towns another shot. If he gets 30 minutes again and sells this line like this, I won't be touching Towns anymore because it's a little fishy to me. But we'll see. We'll see. He's cashed it. I like the line. I think he should cover as long as he tries. Looking at Detroit's PRA defense, 14th in points, 6th in rebounds, 5th in assists. To the center, it's 13th, 3rd, and 27th. If we pull this play up over on Props Madness, we can take a look at the shot charts. You got a red matchup under the rim, green in the paint, yellow everywhere else. Not a good matchup personally, in my opinion, based off of what I see. I don't like 47% under the rim in red, but Towns has been playing well. And looking at him, 60% of the last 15 games, similar players have cashed. And by position, 10 of the last 15 players in centers to the center position have cashed. So 67% of centers have cashed versus Detroit. That's a better way to say that. Don't ask me what I was trying to say before that because it didn't make any sense. But anyways, 67% of centers have cashed. So overall, everything's looking good for me. I think Towns cash. We will see what Predictive Profits has him projected to score. So they haven't projected over, which is good. They haven't projected for 39 PRA. So they haven't projected over 60% of games pretty much. So they're on my side on this one. Hopefully they're right about the Towns play and wrong about Haliburton. But Karl Anthony Towns is going to be pick number 2. Let's pull him up on Parlay Play. 36.5, 1.6x. You can get him at 37.5 if you want. I'm playing it safer, buying him down. If you play these two together, you got 2.5x. Me personally, 2-point difference if you take both plays 1 point lower for a half X payout. I think it's worth it. That's just me. You don't have to. You can take their original lines. I like both of them, but I am taking them at the 1.6x value. So those two got them locked in. Jumping into Game 3. So Game 3, we had the Magic and the Celtics. So obviously, told you guys I don't like this game to bet on, but I do like this prop. So I'm taking our brand Franz Wagner. I've taken Wagner every game this series for points. I'm not taking his points this game. I'm taking him for fantasy score. So 38 fantasy score on Prizepicks. I'm locking him in. Look at Wagner's last 10 games. 42.39 fantasy score. He has dominated this line. This series, he's cashed it 4 straight. Or, 4 straight. 57 that one game they won. So if they keep this game close, which hopefully they keep it close enough for Wagner to cash. Wagner has, they've been barely over, but he's been going over. Last 20, 14 of his last 20. And then if you look at him the season, he's cashed it 66% on the season. Then head-to-head, obviously, these are the only games versus the Celtics that he's cashed. But Wagner's been cashing, man. He's been killing it. Obviously, you can't look at fantasy score defense. There's no such thing. It's just going to be PRA, blocks, and steals. But our man Wagner has been dominating this line. And I'm going to give him a chance here tonight. You can come down here to... I thought there might be a blocks and steals button there, but we'll just click blocks and steals. He's averaging almost 3 per game over his last 7 games. So the dude's been dominating blocks and steals. He gets a lot of steals here. He's getting 2 blocks. I expect a couple of steals, maybe a block tonight, which gives us another 6 to 9 fantasy score, depending. Obviously, you got turnovers as well. But I like Wagner tonight. I think he cashes this out, and that's going to be pick number 3 of the day for player props. And it should be on here, I think. Yeah, so you can get him on Parlay Play, 38 fantasy as well, 1.78. I'm telling you guys, Parlay Play is the best app out there. If you're not using it, highly recommend you sign up. Code Fantasy Aces. Check it out. Get a deposit match as well. I know some of you guys don't like it, but I'm telling you, like, I've played on every app. This is the best one. If it wasn't the best app, I wouldn't push it so hard, but it really is. People are screwing around and not playing on parlay play, and it's costing them money, in my opinion. But anyways, let's pull it up over here on Boston, Orlando on Props Madness. Wagner, obviously you're not going to have an amazing matchup. He does have a green matchup in the paint. 29% of his shots, 37% under the rim. The rest is yellow. I don't dislike this. I think this is a pretty good going against Boston. This is a good shot chart. But 67% of similar players have cashed. 60% of similar position have cashed, including Banchero, whatever. They cashed this line. If we come over here and pull it up on Predictive Profits, they don't have fantasy, but they have projected to go over PRA. So that's all we got to look at here. PRA is the closest thing we got. Got to project it for 35 PRA, so which is a little bit over the line, but regardless, like to play for our man Wagner. Got him locked in as pick number 3 of the day. Let's jump into our final play. Final play is Clippers Nuggets. Obviously, this is going to be a goblin play. I like this play for our man Jokic. I'm going to be taking Joker over 1.5 3-pointers made. So love this line, man. He's cashed it 7 of his last 10. He's cashed it 4 of his last 5 games and 3 of the 4 games this season. He had 3 threes his last game, 2 the game before, 4 the game before that. Our man Jokic has been dominating the threes. Head-to-head versus the Clippers. He's cashed it 9 of his 10 games versus the Clippers. He had 1 game back in October where he had 7 threes. So we know Jokic can take over games. I expect him to have a good game tonight at home to keep this series, to try to win the series. And I like this play at 1.5 3-pointers made. Now, Clippers have a top 10 defense in terms of 3 points allowed. Go to center. They give up a bottom 10 defense to centers. So a lot of threes to the centers. It's only 1.1, but it's still a bottom 10 defense to centers. Jokic is obviously a 3-pointer, or I ain't going to say a 3-pointer, but he takes a decent amount of 3-point shots. Versus the Clippers, he's averaging 6.4 shots per game. He had 1 game he shot 12. In the last few games, he had 8 and 6. So he's been killing this line, dude. 1.5, like it a lot. Gonna lock him in. I'll pull it up over here on Props Madness. We'll take a look at where they allow their 3 points, and we'll check the shot chart. So yellow matchup here. Joker shoots 24% of his shots behind the 3-point line, and he's got a yellow matchup. Really all we're looking for this play. The rest of it doesn't matter. 47% of similar players have cashed their points line, and 60% of centers have cashed their points line versus the Clippers. So looks good for Jokic. I don't know if he's going to be on here, so he is. There's no 3-point line. They have points, but that's not the same. So I'm not gonna try to find anything similar. But anyways, we'll pull it up on Parlay Play and make sure it is on here. I did lock in this slip on what's it called? Prizepicks. So it's a 1.5x. It's really not as bad of a payout as I expected. So you can play these 4 plays. Will be a 7x value if you decided to do it on Parlay Play, which honestly isn't bad value. But looking at our plays, I've got my man Haliburton over 14.5 rebounds and assists. Karl Anthony Towns over 36.5 PRA. Franz Wagner over 38 fantasy points. And then Nikola Jokic over 1.5 3 points made. Those are my 4 player props of the game. You guys can go back to the games if you want to get all these. Obviously, I got Pacers winning, Knicks winning. Everybody pretty much has Celtics winning. And then this game, I just like the over on the total. So you can play what you want on those. Obviously, some of these plays are a little bit juiced, but I wouldn't recommend single betting them. I'd recommend kind of parlaying them if you decide to play them. But you can do what you want with that. But anyways, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I hope you cash all your slips. Hopefully, we can sweep the board here. And if you guys haven't already, join our free Discord server. Links down in the description. See y'all in the next one.